Here's something most people don't know. The home you've lived in for 20 or 30 years is often more dangerous than a brand new one. Not because it's falling apart, because you know it too well. There's a name for this. Behavioral psychologists call it habit blindness. The brain quietly stops registering things it sees every day. Walk the same hallway for decades, and your eyes stop checking it. Your feet just know where to go. That's actually a sign of a healthy, efficient brain. It's just not built to notice small changes in a space it already trusts completely. That's not a bad thing. Until the one day it is. So today, we're doing something simple. A 10-minute walk through your own home, room by room, uncovering the small, hidden risks that quietly cause most falls, the kind you've probably walked past 100 times without noticing. No tools, no contractor, no big expense, just 10 minutes. When's the last time you actually looked at your home, instead of just walking through it? Here's what surprises most people. The most dangerous spots in a home are rarely the ones you'd expect. Let's start somewhere almost nobody suspects: the front door. Most people never think of the entryway as risky. It's just a place you pass through. But fall prevention specialists point to entryways as a quiet hotspot, and it's not about clutter, it's about timing. Your hands are usually full: groceries, mail, your keys. Your mind's already somewhere else. And the lighting? Often the worst in the whole house, because entryways sit in that in-between space, not quite outside, not quite in. Full hands. Split attention. Bad lighting. That's exactly the combination that trips people up, literally. Try this. Walk to your own front door carrying something, the way you would on a normal day. Look down. A rug? A raised step? A pair of shoes that's been sitting there for weeks, so familiar you don't even see them anymore? Now check the light. Can you actually see the floor, or are you trusting memory alone? A simple motion light fixes this for less than $20. And while you're there, can someone read your house numbers from the street? If you ever needed help fast, that detail matters more than people think. Small thing, big difference. But the next danger zone isn't a room most people expect at all. The hallway. We treat hallways like empty space. Nothing to worry about, because nothing's really there. That's exactly the problem. One woman told her physical therapist she knew her hallway so well. She'd stopped turning the light on. She just walked it in the dark, every night, out of habit. Her therapist didn't scold her. He pointed out something she hadn't considered, that her comfort in the dark was the risk, not the solution. Confidence isn't the same thing as safety. It just feels that way from the inside. Ever caught yourself doing something similar? Walking somewhere in your own house almost entirely on autopilot? Here's your test. Walk down every hallway tonight using only your normal lights. Any dark stretch is worth fixing. A cheap plug-in nightlight solves it in minutes. Now look down. Cords, baskets, a stack of something temporary for 3 weeks. None of it landed there on purpose. It just stayed because your eyes stopped registering it. Your brain isn't ignoring that rug, by the way. It's saving energy, filing it under already checked so it doesn't have to look twice. Could you name everything on your own hallway floor right now without walking over to check? If you've got loose rugs, secure them or take them up. It's one of the easiest fixes there is. Most people think hallway danger means something's in the way. Usually, it's the opposite. It's what's missing, the light. But there's a stretch of floor just past the hallway that causes just as much trouble, and almost nobody thinks to check it. Between the bed and the bathroom. Ask someone the most dangerous room in the house, and almost everyone says the bathroom. They're right. We'll get there. But here's what most people never consider. The walk to the bathroom can be just as risky as the room itself. Why? Because it happens at the worst possible time. The middle of the night. Half asleep. In the dark. Running on nothing but muscle memory. Geriatric rehabilitation specialists sometimes call this the high-risk window. Poor lighting, low alertness, and a body that hasn't fully caught up with the mind yet. One man described exactly this. He woke around 2 in the morning, reached for a switch that wasn't quite where he expected, and misjudged the distance to his dresser. He caught himself on the bed. Nothing happened, but he told his family afterward, because it scared him, how close it felt, even though nothing went wrong. That matters. Near misses like that rarely get reported anywhere. They don't show up in any statistic. But they're often the clearest warning a home ever gives you. So here's your test. Walk from your bed to your bathroom with the lights off, exactly like 2 in the morning. Notice everything in your path. Occupational therapists often recommend this exact fix first. A small, soft night light along that path. Not bright, just enough to see the floor. And check your bed height. Sit on the edge, feet flat, knees no higher than your hips. Too high or too low, and getting out of bed becomes its own small hazard. A few feet of ordinary floor, almost nobody thinks about it, and it's where a lot of nighttime falls actually happen. Now, about that bathroom everyone already had in mind. The bathroom, and what most checklists miss. The bathroom really is one of the riskiest rooms in the house. Hard tile, water, quick movements, all in a small space. But here's where most safety advice stops short. It says get a grab bar, and moves on like that solves everything. It doesn't, and this is the part almost nobody explains. A grab bar only helps if it's placed exactly where your hand would reach if you started to slip, not just wherever it looks tidy. Home accessibility professionals see this constantly. A lot of grab bars get installed with good intentions, in the wrong spot. They're there, but they're not actually helping anyone. It's the illusion of safety, not the substance of it. So here's the full picture. Textured shower floor or smooth and slippery when wet. If you already have a grab bar, pull it hard, like you really needed it. Wobbles even slightly? It's not anchored properly. Check your bathroom rug the same way as the hallway. Check the lighting too. Most people end up in here at some point during the night. And here's one almost nobody mentions. How high is your toilet seat? A raised seat or safety frame takes real strain off your knees and hips every time you sit or stand. That's not about weakness. That's about protecting joints that don't need extra wear. Do this, and the bathroom stops being the scary room on everyone's list. It just becomes a room again. But the kitchen hides its own risk, and it has nothing to do with the stove. The kitchen. Ask people what's dangerous in a kitchen, and most say fire. Fair enough. But there's something far more common that barely gets mentioned. Reaching. Here's the part most people never think about. Kitchens are almost always organized backwards. The stuff you use least ends up on the highest shelf because you won't need it much. Which means the person with the most trouble reaching overhead is often the one stretching the farthest, sometimes standing on a chair just to grab a serving dish. That single habit, reaching too high, standing on the wrong thing, is linked to a large share of kitchen injuries among older adults, according to fall prevention researchers. And it's one of the easiest things to fix. Look around your own kitchen for a second. Where do your everyday plates and mugs actually live? Waist high or up on your toes? Try this. Reach for the item on your highest shelf exactly the way you normally would. Up on your toes, grabbing the counter for balance? That's your sign to move it down. Everyday items belong between waist and shoulder height. Save the top and bottom shelves for things you barely touch. Need something high? Use a real step stool with a handle, never a chair, never the counter, never tiptoes. While you're in there, check for cords and spills near the stove. Add a little extra light over the counters. Many people's eyesight changes some by their 70s, even without ever needing glasses before. The kitchen was never really the dangerous room. It's the room where one small habit, grabbing things by how often you use them, not just how high they sit, quietly prevents most accidents before they happen. Now, the part of the house where things matter most. The stairs. If your home has stairs, pay close attention here. This is the biggest one. Ask home safety professionals what single change prevents the most falls on stairs, and the answer usually surprises people. It's not a second handrail, though that helps. It's lighting, specifically, seeing clearly where each step ends and the next begins. Here's what almost nobody realizes. As we age, our eyes don't just need more light, they need more contrast to judge depth. A dim staircase can visually flatten into one long ramp instead of separate steps, especially at the very top and bottom, exactly where most missteps happen. Pause for a second. Could you point to exactly where each step ends on your own staircase, without looking? Here's what to check. Make sure your stairs are lit well enough to see each step clearly. Adhesive strip lights made for stairs are cheap and take 20 minutes to install. Grab both handrails and pull, hard, the same way you tested the bathroom bar. Look for anything sitting on the stairs just for now. It feels harmless because you already know it's there. That's visual familiarity again, quietly working against you. Check your stair carpet too, especially the edges. Worn carpet is one of the easiest things to miss because it happens so slowly, no single day feels like the day it became a problem. There's one more thing worth checking. It's not a room at all. One more habit worth building. Here's one almost nobody thinks to check. Where do you actually keep your medications? A lot of people default to the bathroom. Seems logical, except humidity can affect some medications over time. Aging-in-place experts often suggest a cool, dry drawer in the bedroom or kitchen instead. Not sure about a specific medicine? Your pharmacist can tell you in under a minute. A simple weekly pill organizer helps too, 1 slot per day. Small thing, real difference. It's decision fatigue in action. By the 5th or 6th medication of the day, even the sharpest memory can lose track. That has nothing to do with age. It happens to everyone. Last thing. Keep emergency contact numbers written down somewhere visible, the fridge, next to the phone. Takes 5 minutes. Matters enormously in the rare moment you'd actually need it. Your 10-minute checklist. Here's everything, all in one place. Front door. Clear what's underfoot. Add light if it's dark. Make sure your house numbers are easy to read. Hallway. Check nighttime lighting. Clear the floor. Fix or remove loose rugs. Bedroom. Walk the path to the bathroom in the dark. Add a soft night light. Check your bed height. Bathroom. Add a non-slip mat. Test your grab bar with real weight. Secure the rug. Check the light. Think about toilet seat height. Kitchen. Move everyday items to easy reach. Use a real step stool. Check for cords and spills. Add extra light. Stairs. Light every step clearly. Test both handrails. Clear anything sitting on the steps. Check the carpet. Medications. Store them somewhere cool and dry. Use a weekly pill box. Keep emergency numbers visible. No contractor. No big expense. Most of this costs less than a nice dinner out and takes less time than a Sunday afternoon. The real point. This was never really about fear. It was never about making your home feel like it's working against you. It's the opposite. Every habit we've walked through today, the automatic walking, the visual familiarity, the confidence that quietly replaces caution, exists because you've built a life in this home. That's not something to fix. It's just something worth checking on now and then, the same way you check the oil in a car you trust completely. Because that's what this is really about. Staying in the home you love, doing things your own way, on your own schedule, for as long as you possibly can. So here's what we genuinely love to know. Out of everything we walked through today, what's the one thing you're going to check first? Tell us in the comments. Someone else reading them might be dealing with the exact same thing in their own home, and your answer could be the nudge they needed. If this helped you see your own home a little differently, we cover one of these walkthroughs every week. Practical, no-pressure guidance that makes staying independent a little easier, one small check at a time. Subscribing means you won't miss the next one. And if there's a parent, a grandparent, or a friend who could use this same 10 minutes, send it their way. Not because anything is wrong. Just because looking out for each other is what this is really about. A safer home doesn't happen all at once. It happens 10 minutes at a time. And you've already started.